On that day, silence will shatter and the heavens will bleed. The scroll is opened, every deed revealed, no lie will escape the fire.
The scales of eternity tilt, heaven or hell, no turning back. And then, the final judgment. To the righteous, eternal glory.
In the silence before the storm, the earth waits. Cities shine with the false light of progress, and mankind believes itself invincible. But from beyond the veil, a trumpet stirs. The first crack appears in the sky, and the day promised for centuries finally arrives. This is the day of judgment. The year is 2025. Mankind celebrates its triumphs. Artificial intelligence guiding every life. Machines ruling the cities, and men proclaiming themselves as gods. Yet, beneath the laughter and digital glow, a silence waits. It is the silence before the voice of eternity speaks. The first sign in the heavens. It begins with the stars. What once guided shepherds and kings now trembles. The constellations twist, the moon bleeds, and the sun hides its face. Astronomers cannot explain it, but prophets had spoken. The heavens will be shaken. Humanity watches, terrified, as the universe itself declares war. Then the ground moves. Cities crack like glass. Towers once built to the heavens crumble to dust. Mankind runs, not from war, not from machines, but from the wrath of creation itself. The earth groans, as if weary of carrying sin for too long. And then it comes, the sound. Not thunder, not explosion, but a trumpet. Ancient, divine, echoing across oceans and deserts. No man builds such a sound, for it pierces the soul. Every ear hears it, every heart stops. This is the first trumpet of judgment. Seas roar louder than bombs, waves tower like mountains, sweeping away cities built on pride. Ships shatter like toys, and coastlines vanish under the wrath of the deep. The waters, once life-giving, now become instruments of destruction. As foretold, the sea gives up its dead. But water is not the only weapon. From the heavens come flames, meteors and firestorms tearing the sky, striking the earth. Forests ignite, cities burn, and the air itself screams with smoke. For fire was promised as the purifier, and now it falls without mercy. Machines, once worshipped as saviors, fall silent. The AI that guided mankind flickers into madness. Screens across the world show only static and warnings. Drones fall from the skies, robots turn still. And humanity realizes the gods they built from silicon were powerless before the true God. And then the world screams. Not the cry of battle, but of despair. Mothers cling to children, kings fall from their thrones, and the rich beg for caves to hide them. From every nation the cry rises, "Who can stand on this day?" The trumpet sounds again. This time, mountains of fire are thrown into the sea, islands vanish, oceans turn black with ash, and fish by the millions rise dead to the surface. The beauty of creation collapses, and mankind beholds oceans that once fed them, now betray them. Smoke rises. The sky, once filled with stars and hope, turns black. Daylight fades into eternal twilight. The sun refuses to shine. The moon gives no light. And humanity stands in a world where even the heavens seem to mourn their fate. When light is gone, fear becomes king. Nations crumble as armies lay down their weapons. No bullet, no drone, no AI can fight the heavens. Leaders abandon parliaments, presidents vanish, and governments fall in silence. From beneath the cracked earth comes something darker. The abyss opens. Smoke pours like furnaces, and creatures long imprisoned rise. Shadows stretch across cities, wings black as night. Mankind tremble, for the underworld itself has been unleashed. But the heavens are not silent. From the torn sky descend warriors of light, angels clothed in fire, swords blazing, wings stretching from horizon to horizon. Their arrival shakes mountains, and their faces burn like the sun. They come not to comfort, but to execute judgment. A third trumpet pierces the sky. A great star falls, burning like a torch, striking rivers and waters. The waters turn bitter, poisonous, and millions die of thirst. Where once men drank freely, now they choke on death. From palaces and bunkers, kings and generals rise in terror. No army answers their call. No weapon obeys their hand. They cry out for caves and mountains to cover them. Thrones of gold and steel mean nothing on this day, for the king above all kings has risen to judge. Babylon the Great, the city of pride, falls in 1 hour. Towers that kissed the clouds shatter like clay. Markets crash, neon screens go black, and merchants wail, "Our wealth is gone." For what mankind built in centuries, eternity destroys in a moment. The trumpet sounds again. A third of the heavens darken. The sun shines only a fraction. The moon barely glows, and the stars vanish. Humanity walks in shadows, guided only by the fires of their ruins. The world itself feels half dead. Then locusts rise. Not of flesh and wing, but monstrous shadows from the abyss. Their bodies shine like steel, their faces twisted with hate. Their tails strike like scorpions. For 5 months they torment, and men seek death but cannot find it. The temples of Silicon, AI towers, data vaults, machine sanctuaries, collapse into sparks and dust. What men worshipped as gods proves powerless. Screens that once glowed with endless answers now reflect only fear. System failure, judgment active. Where rivers once carried life, now they flow red. From fountains to oceans, the water turns to blood, thirst becomes unbearable, and men curse heaven instead of bowing to it. But the rivers speak. Every drop is justice for blood spilled on the earth. Then descends an angel, mighty and radiant, 1 foot on the sea and 1 on the land. In his hand lies a scroll, sealed with divine fire. He speaks, and the earth trembles. Time shall be no more. The mystery of God nears its end. The trumpet sounds again. A star falls from heaven to earth, opening the pit of the abyss. From it, smoke rises like a furnace, and the air grows dark. Shadows pour forth, and with them, torment. Men scream, but still they do not repent. Across the world, a shadow flies, the angel of death. Streets once filled with joy now echo with silence. One house falls, another stands, but none escape the gaze of the destroyer. The line between life and death is drawn by a hand unseen. The trumpet sounds again, and lo, 4 angels bound at the great river are released. With them rides an army of fire, 200 million strong. Their horses breathe smoke and brimstone. Their riders' eyes burn with flame. A third of mankind perishes. And then silence. The world holds its breath. No wind, no fire, no trumpet, only stillness. Heaven pauses, as if creation itself waits for the command. In that silence, men tremble. For silence before the throne means judgment has reached its final stage. From the ruins rises a voice, smooth as silk yet darker than night. It offers safety, order, and survival for a price. Men line up to receive the mark, on their foreheads, on their hands, etched by the machine. Without it, none can buy or sell. With it, none can escape damnation. And with the mark comes the prophet of lies, clothed in wonders. He calls fire from heaven, makes statues speak, and deceives nations. The world bows, believing they follow salvation, but in truth they march into eternal chains. Above the earth, war erupts. Michael and his angels clash with the dragon and his hosts. The heavens blaze with swords of fire, wings of light against wings of shadow. The stars themselves seem to fall as the greatest war of eternity unfolds. At last, the dragon falls, cast down to the earth. His roar shakes mountains. No longer ruler of the sky, he prowls among men, furious, knowing his time is short. The ground burns where he lands, and his eyes burn with vengeance. 7 bowls of wrath are poured upon the earth. Boils plague flesh. Seas turn to blood. rivers to poison. The sun scorches with unbearable heat. Darkness swallows kingdoms. And earthquakes greater than any before split the planet apart. The throne of the beast flickers. AI temples glitch and shatter. Digital idols collapse, and the systems that enslaved mankind burn. The false light dies, and all who trusted it curse the darkness, yet they cannot escape it. Kings of the earth gather their armies in one place. Armageddon. Tanks roll. Drones swarm. Soldiers march. Banners rise. Yet all their weapons face not each other, but the heavens. Humanity dares raise steel against the Creator. And then, the heavens split. A white horse descends, and upon it rides the faithful and true. His eyes are flames, his robe dipped in blood. His sword strikes nations, and upon his thigh is written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. The battle begins. Light against darkness, heaven against hell, truth against lies. The armies of men, beasts, and machines collide with the host of heaven. Yet in a single breath, the word of the king ends it all. Weapons shatter, demons fall, and silence returns. And Babylon, the city of sin, the empire of greed burns. Merchants cry out as smoke rises, the sound of music silenced, the laughter gone. The beast that ruled with terror and the prophet who deceived with lies are seized. No longer do they speak, no longer do they rule. And the dragon, that ancient serpent, is bound. Chains of unbreakable light wrap around him, and he is hurled into the abyss, locked away for 1,000 years. His roar echoes in vain, for his kingdom is no more. Then comes the throne, great, white, and eternal. Heaven and earth flee from its presence, for none can hide. And he separates them, sheep to the right, goats to the left. To some he says, enter into joy, prepared for you since the foundation of the world. And to others, depart into eternal fire. But this is not the end. From ashes rises glory, a new heaven, a new earth, no tears, no pain, no death. The river of life flows clear, the tree of life blooms again, and light never fades. Eternity dawns, not with fear, but with everlasting hope.